Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Community. Let's see, Introduction to Statistics, Season 1. I hate stats. I hated that class so much I failed it twice in college. I hate that class. But it doesn't really have anything to do with that in this episode. So basically it starts off and Chang is still teaching his Spanish class. He doesn't know a lick of Spanish. He's the Asian dude. And so like Annie's all like she's gonna have a party in the library and stuff like that. You come, you get points. And so she talks to Jeff outside. She wants him to come. He said he doesn't do parties like that. So she's begging him to go because she wants to finally be a cool kid. She wasn't in high school. Now she's in community college. And Jeff is the cool one. So if he comes, everybody will stay. After crying, literally crying, he said, fine, he'll go. And so, like, Shirley, she is going through like a divorce with her husband. He left for months. And she finally took off her wedding ring. And so she's upset about that. Jeff, he is talking to Britta because he wanted to sleep with her in the first episode. She's like, never gonna happen. He's like, okay, good. Because there's a teacher of his he wants to get with. This makes her jealous. And Abed and Troy, they're really doing nothing in this episode other than telling Pierce that he's old for the medication he has to take. And so, um, Jeff, he's trying to talk to the teacher lady. She keeps constantly blowing him off, talking about she don't do students and stuff like that. And so he's like irritated. But in a way, we get to like the party and everybody's dressed up. Britta is a squirrel with a giant nut in her hand. Annie is like a skeleton. Let's see. Jeff is nothing because he didn't want to go as nothing. Pierce is Beastmaster. Abed is Batman from the Nolan trilogy. And Troy, I think he's Rick James, I think. At first I thought he was Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson never did the mustache, so it has to be Rick James. And so, like, Jeff is at the party for a while, and then he finds out that the teacher lady is at the lounge, teacher lounge, or cafeteria, having their party. So he hops on the back of Chang's like scooter and they ride off. Jeff is like, I hate, like he hates riding those things, and it's just so hilarious. And he finds out Jeff left, and she's about to have a nervous breakdown. Pierce is like popping pills that he's supposed to take, but when he's in the bathroom popping pills, Starburns see that, and Starburns is kind of like the burnout. So he's all like, I'll trade you one of my pills for two of yours. Well, that was not a good idea, and why you should never do drugs. They both have side effects from the drugs. Pierce is like grinding his teeth and constantly feeling on people, and Starburns is just flipping out and seeing stuff. So, like, Jeff, he insults like his friends, like always, and then he tries to get with the teacher lady. She keeps rejecting him. He tells Chain's all like, man, you and your like trying to scam on women. I bet you ain't never tried begging. You should try that. So he tries begging. It turns her on. She says yes, they're about to do it. But then Jeff friends come in. They all like, Pierce is like tripping on drugs and he needs his help. So he blows off the lady, which pisses her off, to go help Pierce. Pierce is now in a fort of chairs. And he's in there, he's feeling old, and Jeff, with the inspirational speech, um, it makes him feel happy. But it makes him feel too happy. So happy that he's touching the chairs and they start to collapse. They're about to be crushed. And then the coolest thing happened. In comes Abed running as Batman, grabs both men and dragging them out in this cool slow motion type thing. And Abed's skinny. These are some two big men. And it's just so cool. It's such a Batman thing. Like, it was just so awesome. And they played that theme music. Oh man, I'm telling you. So like they thank him for saving him and all this other stuff. And Jeff realized he was being a jerk to his friends. And he's finally gonna accept Abed as Batman. Then we see this cool monologue of Abed doing like his Batman voice on top of the rooftop. Like it's just so cool. But you know what's really interesting? So Dan Harmon, he's the showrunner, but the Russo brothers from the MCU, they were the executive producers on this show, and they also directed many episodes. So then it ends with Troy and Abed both doing Batman voices, being their weird selves and stuff, and then it ends. I gotta say, I love Community. I love that show so much. It was so great in season one and two. Season three was just okay. After that, it just turned to garbage. The last season was so terrible. It was on the Yahoo streaming site. Yes, Yahoo had a streaming site, and their main attraction was Community. It crashed and burned so bad that Yahoo streaming server had to shut down. Huge embarrassment. Now, wasn't that spooky? Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.